Hello, Astro friends. Melanie here on the 26th of November 2025 with the Astro weather going until December 2nd, from Wednesday to Tuesday, as usually my Astro week goes for this video purpose. And yeah, what are we currently moving into, moving with, moving about? There's a lot of movement and momentum now kicking in through Sagittarius. Even Venus will enter Sagittarius on December 30th until Christmas Eve, the 24th of December. That will be a shift of one of these several planets clustering around end of Scorpio. She comes over the Phoenix point as well as the Sun has, as Mars has, and eventually Mercury will as well after the retro phase is completely over, which the technical retro phase will go until the 29th of November. And then there's a rollout with the post-retro storm until the 4th of December. And then Mercury re-enters Sagittarius to go fully through Sag from December 11th until the 1st of January, right? So the momentum goes towards Sagittarius, but we are still quite in the Scorpio realm, or shall I say grip, until I would say as December kicks in, right? With Venus, that will make quite a shift already. And so no wonder, right? You might still be processing a lot of things before feeling freer, feeling more, having perspective on things. That is what Sag is about, right? And even turning from this intensity into, hey, there's also a comic relief about all this story, or at least a new path forward, right? After having gone deep. So, what's specifically going on this week? We are also moving from the first decanate of Sagittarius, which started on the Phoenix day, the 22nd of November. The Sun had just entered Sag and goes until December 1st. So, that first decanate has an Aries undertone. So, it's been a lot about truth, freedom, but also in combination with autonomy and authenticity. And it is about, as I said, in a kind of bit of poetic attempt, being the spark that ignites the heart. So, yeah. And then we will move from the 2nd of December until the 11th to the central Sag decanate, or 10 days also, which will have a Leo undertone. So that's where energy concentrates. That's where also celebration comes in. Hence, more Sagittarian energy as well through Venus and so on. And there will be the supermoon, the third in 4 supermoons, the last supermoon in this autumn season, which goes to winter solstice. So we will have that supermoon in mid-Gemini Sagittarius on the 4th of December. And let's take a quick peek at that, because that is also drawing, right? We're in the waxing moon phase, building up for that. Today the moon is in Aquarius. Eventually she will be in Gemini here with that full moon. So the full moon polarity, yes, plays itself out here from Gemini, the lone moon almost, right? Uranus is in Taurus, back in Taurus. But there's a lot going on here in Sagittarius by then, right? By then, there will be just Mercury, out of retro storm, and Lilith back in Scorpio. So this is really the shift I've been talking about. And what is this polarity all about? It's about the mind, the head, and the heart from Sagittarius. Gemini is very cerebral, is a lifelong learner, is interested in so many things, and that can also, that can be great in terms of diversifying and not being just dogmatic, questioning the narrative, but also can turn us into doubt and into always more to consider, always more people to listen to, and talk to, and inner voices and such, right? You get the idea. And Sagittarius is the heart truth that also has a clear direction. It's not like branching out and into various directions, but it is one pointed, as they say. Yeah, so this is the alchemy in the heart that the truth in the heart that alchemizes dualities, also on a spiritual level as well. Then we have, as you see in this chart of the supermoon, we have still that grand water trine, which is with us all autumn from early October on. It started until mid-December. And yeah, so there is a lot going on in the end of water signs. Here, as you see in Scorpio, lesser so, as Mercury will leave. Lilith will be the one left, and Jupiter still, of course, in Cancer for a while, and Saturn, Neptune, end of Pisces. So eventually it comes down to these. Well, Lilith is still in Sag until winter solstice. So yeah, so you could say the grand water trine until winter solstice. And what's that about? This is, as you have probably really felt and tuned into, a lot of emotional wash up, a lot of feeling, a lot of things to process from the Scorpio side, a lot to release also. It's all coming together. The Neptunian part in this is, of course, important because Neptune rules Pisces, and end of the water signs, they all have a Pisces undertone. So this is also about literally washing out residues of the Pisces era, of the Pisces age that we are transitioning out of into a new era. And we have more and more evidence for that next year. This has been quite a transition year. 2025 also is numerologically a number 9, while 2026 will be a 1 year, a 10/1 year. So new beginnings are in many regards on the horizon. And yeah, so this alignment of Saturn, Neptune, and of Pisces is significant to help us find closure, to help us also clear karma, so to say, and contracts, to put it neutrally, that have to do with the old era. And I've been sharing a few times a good model for the old era that played itself out so much also through religions often being hijacked by institutionalized religions, so spirituality, I should say, being hijacked by institutionalized religions, and then often actually just in violation of their basic message, waging wars, right? And against the non-believers, and actually just utilizing religion as a pretext. Often there's other interests involved, territorial, economic, and so on, right? And repression. But the model I wanted to share has a lot to do with a codependent triad of victims, perpetrators, and saviors. So I'm not denying that there are victims of crimes, of abuse, of any of that, but all of this is a codependency, and it creates so much suffering. And we, as humanity, need to come out of this into freedom, into solidarity with Aquarius, into self empowerment. So, a co empowerment, I should say, as humanity coming together, not having it anymore, not being hypnotized and not being deluded as shadows of the Pisces age would have been, right? And so this is now coming for clearance, right? And the Sagittarius Gemini dynamic can actually help with that, because Gemini is about asking good questions, being like a reporter, right? And inquiring, asking deeper questions, really wanting to know, and doubting the narrative which can be a Sagittarius thing, or doubting the dogma, right? There's various dynamics playing out here. And so this is all very helpful with the supermoon, especially if you have planets in the center of the mutable signs, being Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. This is where it plays out. In fact, that supermoon will be also in a T-square, as you can see here. There's a moon, so lunar, sun-moon opposition in square with the north node in Pisces, and then conversely would be also in square with the south node in Virgo. So this is quite a karmic moment, in fact, where we're also from the Pisces north node dynamic are here to release, to not going into more problem focus, more analysis, more trying to fix it, more trying to sort things out all in detail, like can keep us busy forever and can actually drain our energy. That's too much of the Virgo side. The Pisces side would say change the vibration so that there's release, right? So that can happen through music, that can happen through rituals, through blessings, through anything that helps us allow things to take their course, right? And allow nature, allow the waters of life, the web of life to take care of it. Yeah, so that Gemini Sagittarius supermoon coming up in square with the nodal axis, really interesting. Then in the meantime, in fact, tomorrow, the 27th, we have Saturn that I already talked about, end of Pisces, coming out of retrograde. So Saturn has been retrograde since July 12th, and that's typical. So Saturn goes retro for 5.5 months, 4.5 months, 4.5 months, and 7.5 months direct. So it will go direct now, actually exactly 7 months until end of, 8 months. What are we talking about? It will go direct until end of July. So that's 7 months, okay. That will be 7 months, right? So because we have a end of November already, and December, no, there will be 8 months. Okay, I'm doing crazy math. My excuse is Mercury still retrograde. Anyway, until end of July, Saturn will go retrograde, and that starts tomorrow. And so 8 months exactly can be 7.5 to 8 months. And what's the theme here? This is now the last phase, literally, of Saturn, also of course Neptune, in Pisces. So Saturn, as it goes forward, will actually leave Pisces and go into Aries for good for the next 2.5 years on February 14th. And so now this is really about closure, completion, and with that also being clearer from all these entanglements. And that can also mean things like, getting away from addictions, right? Addictions and overwhelm or toxicity, toxic energy. Saturn going direct will show us more clearly where our boundaries, so boundaries being a little, oxymoron for Pisces, where we need to be clear about our energy. Energetic boundaries, energetic protection is a theme. At the same time, also Pisces is very permeable, and a good idea would be also to practice allowing the non-conducive energy to come through us and to release it, right? As it's already in our field, can we release it rather than creating this artificial boundary thing around? I mean, in some degree, it's really useful, so a combination of both, right? And I haven't looked at the Sapien symbol yet, but I will as I'm writing this article for Saturn going direct. Then, as I said, also one highlight this week before the supermoon is Venus entering Sagittarius on the 30th, and that will be a lot about beauty of truth, of freedom, right? Walking in freedom and in beauty, and maybe also being attracted from the Venusian side to what's bigger, right? What's bigger than what we might have been drawn to with Venus in Scorpio is deep, and could have been some rabbit holes, so to say. And with Sagittarius, we're coming out of those, and now we're seeing more. Again, we're having understanding, and we want to move to that positivity, to the light. Uh, and it's a beautiful time for the beginning of the holiday season, right? Then, yes, so where's the moon these days? And let me just go to my cheat sheet, whether there's something else I wanted to talk about. And then the moon. So, yeah, Mercury going direct, I talked about that. Venus. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so the moon is today in Aquarius, as I said, today 26. Tomorrow still in Aquarius until 11:24 a.m. when she blends into Pisces, and here's the awakening computer. So the moon will be in Pisces from 11:24 a.m. tomorrow. That's always Pacific that I go by, Pacific Standard Time, and then all day Friday in Pisces, Saturday until 5:07 p.m. Waxing moon in Pisces is in this case, because we're in the Sagittarius season, a half moon, right? So there is a square, there is a friction between sun and moon, and it can be from a Sagittarius Gemini, from a Sagittarius Pisces perspective, can be overwhelmed so much. There's so much to tune into, so many options. It's all great, it's all fun, it's all about celebration and preparation for Christmas, but don't overdo it, basically, right? Take it easy, go with the flow. It's all good, it's all fun. And Pisces and Sagittarius together also have a lot to do with spirituality and religion, right? So we might have new, especially with Mercury retro being, end of Scorpio, out in the outflow, having new understanding, different, deeper understanding about the role of religion and spirituality, and how we can really celebrate the incoming return of the light. Then the moon will be in Aries on the from the 29th in the evening, when we have also Mercury freshly going direct, all day the 30th, when Venus will be in Sag. See, like double fire. This is a shift on the 30th for sure. The Aries moon, Venus entering Sag, more fiery energy. In Aries, the moon will be until 7:13 p.m. on Monday the 1st. So this is also a great transition into the new month, and Aries moon being really dynamic and yeah, stepping forward, trying out something new, and it's also waxing moon, so it's an adventurous energy, in fact, as we are also in Sag season, and still in the first part of Sag, which has an Aries undertone with the Aries moon. So what's the direction you want to take now? What is a bold new approach to life? What does your heart say? And give it a try, and show up authentically, and in your autonomy. You don't always need to get approval or be likable and all these things. Just be yourself. That's what Aries is about. Then the moon will be in Taurus from the 1st on in the evening, all day the 2nd, until the 3rd of December at 6:48 p.m. when she enters Gemini, where she will be full on the 4th. So that's it for the astro weather, a bit shorter and nevertheless sweet, I hope. And wish you a beautiful week and see you again, or you see me. By the way, I really want to mention I have the special of the season on now, the seasonal treat time, where you can come and get a session for yourself, treat yourself, get 22% off, 22nd of November till 22nd of December. It's happening, it's in swing. And we have, if you treat somebody else, if you want to make a gift, astrology gift, you get 33% off for that gift certificate. And you can even also do what I've also have seen this week, two versions of 2 for 1s, right? So you can have a session for yourself at regular price and get the same amount of session time for somebody else. So that's an awesome deal, and that's typically the most popular that people like to take me up on. So it's on. Get in touch with me if you're interested, and we can set something up. And if you haven't yet, come over to my newsletter if you want to really see the written version of the Astro News from new moon to full moon. That's totally available, and you're welcome to join the e-newsletter subscriber group. Send me a message, as all of that is down in the show notes. And of course, if you like this video, let me know, and let me know input you have. Share it with your friends, subscribe, all the good things. I wish you a beautiful week, and of course also happy Thanksgiving to all the American friends. Bye.